folks, welcome back to VLR. I'm not gonna put it in, but we've been struggling with this.
Fuck this puzzle.
I don't love this
Fuck
puzzle. I'm really hoping that when I click check, it's gonna be like, you did it! All them pieces fit perfectly, and you rotated them just right.
Please.
Thank God.
There we go.
Okay.
The hard part was moving the little shits around.
It was just
like,
rotating them, and they get stuck behind each other.
God
and it's
damn
not my
it.
favorite.
Oh yeah, who's the man?
That was amazing!
I hurt a muscle in my neck when I said that. Oh yeah, who's the man? Ah!
How'd you do it? That puzzle was really hard.
Well done, Sigma. He's just gonna talk like this. No.
That's aggressive, Timmy.
That was pretty impressive. So, what do I get? What do we get?
Look! There's something on the screen. IILP?
Oh, IILP? What does that mean?
It's a weird.
Okay.
It's weird.
Just put that in.
What's IILP?
IILP? That's super weird.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that? Whew. Looks like it worked. Good job.
That was awesome.
The screen changed. New
Password. Hey,
Picture.
it looks different than before.
It sure does.
The symbols are different, and they're different places. Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's go. We're done with this room.
Yes, fuck this room.
Sorry, thing.
Yeah, I can't get to that. That's interesting to know. A safe, just like before. There's gotta be a way to open it. Should we just punch in the password? I think I was gonna say, should we punch it? Like, why don't you try it and find out?
Okay, moon. Oops.
Moon.
Oh my God, moon.
Moon.
Star.
Okay.
It was harder than it should have been.
All right, grab that file.
I will.
Ta-da!
Good job. It opened.
Good work.
And green password. Let's
Okay.
go.
Green password is sun, star in the middle, right? Moon. Sun.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Don't put moon. Thank you. I don't know why I said moon.
Just some cards.
Yeah. Whew. It's open. Looks kind of empty this time. There's only 2 things in here. First, we've got the AB room key cards. Oh, these must be the star keys they were talking about.
There are 2 of them.
You guys take one and I'll take the other. Right. We're a pair, so we only need one of the 2 of us. And the other thing is the key, as usual.
Yes. Now we can get out of here.
Great. No point in sitting around. Let's go.
Okay. I'm
All
gonna
right.
quickly just click on this to see what our thoughts are.
Yep. I can't look at him the same anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, a summary from last time. Tenmyoji could be Junpei. He had a picture in his pocket of little baby June, slash Akane, slash Zero. And now my hackles are raised. Yeah.
And your hackles are raised.
Nervous.
Oh,
no,
no.
not like angry hackles.
Just like defensive.
Yeah, like ah, what?
There's a stranger in our midst.
No, he's also not a stranger.
Not a stranger.
Not to us. What the fuck? Okay. Might as well leave it for now.
Yeah, I didn't have any thoughts
Can't
about
get
it.
that.
All right, here
Damn.
we go.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's unlock the door lock. It says lock right now. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Go for it. All right. 3, 2, 1.
That's white door number 2.
Yeah.
Cleared and out of the way.
Shit, we found it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now what?
Which means despite the number of routes we have, there's only one more white door.
That's true. That we have not seen yet at all. Oh, shit. Where's this gonna take us? Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh, man.
Here we go.
Okay.
I mean, right now we're just going back
Well,
to
yeah,
No.
we go back. Yeah.
Damn it! What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
It's the picture.
What was it?
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh, yeah. We must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah, I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
All right. I'll see you two later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
Don't like you guys splitting off.
No, it's always the worst.
No, I don't like it at all.
I watched them jog off towards the blue door. Hey, Sigma, how you dealing with the fact that you have knowledge from a different timeline?
Yeah. Have you considered this at all?
Yeah, and then they were gone.
All right. Clearly not. He hasn't been thinking about it. Guess I should be getting back then. And by this time in the lunar route, we were experiencing Radical 6.
By this exact moment.
Yes.
Because we had cleared the light door before this
Yep.
happened, so, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But nothing so far.
nothing so
No
far.
chipmunk noises, no...
No, weird wobbliness or vision or anything, yeah.
There's still time.
It's true.
I'm just wondering how many people are gonna be here when we get here, because
Yeah.
things had already gone so off the rails in the lunar route that, like, it's kind of weird having just people around. Obviously,
I know.
Alice is dead, so,
Well,
like, we're
yeah.
not in the clear,
We're not
but
great still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stepped into the warehouse to find all of the other teams already there.
Oh, okay.
Kay and Luna, Fi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader.
Oh my god.
So he waited.
At least he waited, I guess.
He didn't want us to get stuck, but...
Okay.
Or he didn't want people to think that he wanted us to get stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't
An
trust him for
ambidex gate
seconds.
has been opened.
Well, he seemed super blasé about the fact that he had murdered us in that other route, so
Uh-huh.
like...
He sure did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cracking
No.
jokes.
Not a fan.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, he had, like, absolutely no remorse at all.
Not a smidge.
Like,
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
sure.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see? I can be considerate.
But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
Will they, though? I really hope so.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed
Oh, bad.
since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
Okay, stop that.
Yeah.
Chill out, Luna.
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
What? Clever? I don't think... Okay.
Okay.
Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Right. See you guys later.
I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. I'm a little fascinated that Fi isn't intercepting us, considering how suspicious she was earlier.
Also, why did they get stuck?
We'll see.
What is going on, guys? Oh, I'm so nervous.
These map sequences take forever!
I know, I wish we could skip them. Oh, watching our little dot blip around. Okay, we're back.
Director's office. Here
I
we
guess
go.
it's to show that, like, this place is really big. Yeah.
And to build tension. I mean, we've
Yeah.
mentioned it before.
They ain't here. Guaranteed. They're gone. Oh, it's that creepy music. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Quark must be here, then. I mean, the place is huge. They could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laid out the floor beam map.
They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Huh. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Ugh. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose.
I'd packed up the map and was headed towards the door when...
Huh?
There was a light. A light on, where there hadn't been a light before.
Computer?
Ooh, what?
The Roomba.
What? Why's that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work.
I felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread.
Yeah, me too.
The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it.
What the fuck?
The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out towards it, slowly.
What?
So, you finally made it.
No. You're...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Totally looks like older Junpei. A little bit. Right? Like with his hair, or not really? No.
Not really. I mean, no.
No, actually, I guess not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought maybe his face kind of looked like him a little bit, but maybe not. What?
I considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fists at my side.
Now, where to begin?
Yeah, right, man.
There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now. Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully.
Also, bolt of Zero. No voice modification.
Yeah,
no face.
it's just straight up. Like,
if this is Zero, that's just a person.
yeah.
That's
Holy
just some
shit.
person that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said.
Okay. I think I see where he's getting at, though.
Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you.
Thank you.
0.
Gonna need the username later, but thank you very much.
Oh, this is for that other route.
It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Oh, shit! For the bomb route!
We haven't found a number 1 bomb.
No! What did we find originally? Did it even say?
I think it was 3.
I was gonna say, I thought it was 3, yeah. What? There are other bombs on here? Bomb?
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention.
You got it, Gina?
The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is...
You get
BQZ RGJ DXR.
Got it.
Stuff, got it.
All right. Oh my god.
I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? If he'd guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
What the fuck? Wait! God damn it, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear.
I found myself yelling at empty air.
What the fuck? How is it turned on? Like...
Also, was it turned on... Did Tenmyoji and Quark see it?
Right.
Or did it only turn on when we came in here?
Yeah, yeah.
Who could say?
I can't remember, like, when we came in the room, did we even look at that and see it on?
We messed with it, but it didn't work.
No, I mean, this second time we came in here. Like, when it was
I don't
doing,
know.
like, a little show around of the room. I don't think we saw it. Showed it, yeah.
But it also is off now, and it could have turned on earlier.
Right.
It's just hard to tell.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The hologram had disappeared.
Ugh. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit.
I kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Cool. Nice.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline
Yes. Oh, crap. I need to get back. Not like there's any point in staying here.
I spun around and ran out of the room towards the warehouse.
Oh my god. I swear to god, if they're back at...
Grandpa!
Oh, good, they're back there. Okay, fine.
So we did just miss him.
Okay.
Look, Mr. Sigma's back.
Took you long enough.
Came looking for you. Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They win it already?
Yep.
Why didn't you two? Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah. Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh?
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose Ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose Ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You'd get 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose Ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose Betray. That would mean you'd choose Betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose Betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this in both Ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
Man. So all you've got is a promise, huh?
When I make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
I don't, though. Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex's game polling
Yes, Allison,
closes.
you look puzzled.
Yeah, I mean,
troubled.
like...
We're counting on you, Sigma.
I mean, if we betray them, they lose a couple points and they're still stuck in here. And then we gain some points. We get up to 6, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't really help anyone. Okay. Can continue clicking.
You
yeah.
gotta choose Ally! You promised!
Yo, but why though? But why? Like, they could just leave. What did they have to benefit by sticking around? Other than, like, they're gonna stick around and make sure that everyone else, like, eventually gets 9 BP and then we can all leave together?
Well, but they get nothing if we pick Betray, regardless of the option. They either lose points or it's a 0 game. They want us to pick Ally because that's the only way they get points.
Right.
But it doesn't matter in which form they get points.
Right.
So it really just comes down to our choice of, do we want them to have enough points to leave or not? That's the only, like...
Yeah.
Whether they betray us or not or whatever, like, that's kind of irrelevant. Ultimately,
No.
the question is, do we want them to have enough points to leave?
Sorry. I'm not concerned. Yeah, exactly. I'm not concerned about them betraying us. I'm concerned about them just bailing.
Okay.
Like...
So do you want to give them the shot to do so and see how they react, or do we want to go ahead and preemptively be defensive?
Maybe we just stay all ally as we've been doing.
We could. I mean, like, we got information that other route, so, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's click through it and get into the room first.
With that, they turned and ran into the AB room second from the right. There we go.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I should get moving.
Weird being a solo.
I know, we're never a solo. This is the first time we've been a solo.
Might be the first time we were solo.
It's so weird. We got nothing but our own head. Okay.
There we go.
Start. in.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game
What are your
polling
thoughts, Ziggy?
closes.
Yeah, I want to hear his thoughts.
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP up to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seems like a safe bet. But
Please! You've gotta trust us! You've gotta choose Ally! You promised!
Last time in this route when we made a deal with Tenmyoji,
it worked.
it worked. And he said, trust us. We did. And it was fine.
That is true.
Yeah.
Tenmyoji I could betray easily enough, but Quark? What the hell was I going to do?
10 seconds remain until
Well,
Ambidex game polling closes.
Decide soon.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit. I think I want to continue all ally.
All ally,
It's
all the time.
amazing. It's amazing.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's a choice.
All it means is that eventually we're gonna just have to betray everybody.
Well,
that we
yeah,
love.
I mean, in
But
the,
that's
Of
okay.
the
in the
Ambidex
Dio
game
choice thing,
has
we're
been
gonna
completed.
that has to be a betrayal.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
be doing-
Thank you for your
We're
participation.
gonna be doing a lot of betraying, like
It
all
is
in
what
a
it
row.
is. It is what it is. We're just gonna power through.
Yep.
But we'll get to live with the fact that we once did the all ally all the
Yes.
time route. So
I kind of love that we're doing
it's
all
fun.
ally.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It's nice trusting people even when it
Results
backfires.
from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
That was-
Please direct your attention to the
okay.
results
She just keeps
screen.
talking.
Ah, that's okay. Like that was still not a smart move. Like
No!
it was not a smart move.
We're
at all.
repeatedly making like unintelligent but useful moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to go out there and say, like, I recognize that these are not smart moves, but they're smart for us as a player because they're giving us information.
Yeah, again, this
Yeah.
is it's not like we're actually playing the prisoner's dilemma.
No,
because
exactly.
we the weird people existing outside of the game
Yes.
benefit regardless.
Right.
Now, that doesn't always mean it's nice for Sigma,
Yeah, I know.
But-
as we have seen.
but we aren't Sigma, not really. So
Oh, and I feel really dirty about it too
Yeah.
now a little bit. Yeah. All
Go.
right,
Get
let's
your phone ready.
see the results. Oh. Alice, Phi, and Dio.
yeah,
Yeah.
valid.
Okay.
Luna betrayed. That must be over. Assholes.
You fucking...
Congrats, you have 11 points.
So, who can get out? Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark.
Yep.
Well, they're fucking out!
But that would have been true if they allied either way.
Yeah.
This is just rude.
Man!
They're just being rude.
Why did they fucking do that? Alright, I want to hear what they have to say. That's not useful.
Points
I mean-
have been assigned.
It's okay, we're about to see.
Subtract.
Yeah, I
Please
know.
check your bracelet.
Now we're down to 1. Love it. Alright, now I take it back about all ally. Yeah! Yeah!
The other mean one is that Clover used Luna against Kay in order to get enough points to escape.
Yeah.
Which is
Little-
like, I guess there's no way around it, but it does suck.
It sucks, but also Clover's like, Alice isn't here anymore. Get me the fuck
Well,
out
also,
here.
she also had to protect Luna. They had to betray, or else Luna was at risk of dying.
Yeah, true.
So, I don't know. And we've already seen how Clover treats somebody trying to make the choice to kill themselves in a room.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Hey! What the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door even if we got 9 points.
What? So, you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Yeah. Obviously. Absolutely. Yeah. She's fucking out.
Tenmyoji's like, I didn't open any door.
God damn it, Tenmyoji.
Oh no.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Yep.
Clover, are you really going to leave? Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So, Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door.
Fuck
not
off.
me.
Like hell I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyoji.
If you say so, I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's got to pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
Okay.
What?
No.
We've got 9 seconds.
Fucking out the door.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Oh my
It
God.
will remain open for 9 seconds.
Where's that old
Let's
man,
go.
old man?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
What are you giving me?
Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper.
What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Then he turned and ran towards the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following at his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say,
See you.
Goodbye.
See you later.
and that's it. It opens once and then it doesn't open again.
That's it. It's like the game's over then.
Game's over.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Cool.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
That's interesting that they unlocked all the doors, though.
Why not?
I mean, I guess it's like, well, now you live here.
Yep.
So
There's your home.
Cool.
Go hang out in the bee garden. Have a good time.
Go grow some food and hang out in the lounge, I guess. Because,
You're never leaving.
oh my
Shit! They're
god.
gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
Fuck.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard on him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula. He was always carrying the directions, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. Guess it was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing. And I was really, really small, too.
That's his actual name.
Yep. Grandpa didn't need to worry, though, because it turned out that I'm pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick, and I had a super high fever for a week. But eventually, I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up, or pull out all the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, and all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try to find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with an actual mom was pretty impressive.
Oh, they're all like orphans from the pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother."
Jeez.
It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started thinking that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. It's a root beer float.
Aww.
Eventually the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure if it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. "Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was.
God, I love root beer floats. They're so
really
good.
I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration, I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me or and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but never had tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I'd found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless.
If you need a break from reading too, I can read
fine.
some too. Okay. Just making sure. You're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just realized it's a lot of words.
It's okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry to throw it off.
I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care."
Oh, no.
Then he got mad and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away.
Oh, shit.
I was pretty upset and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so that he could raise me to make more money for him. After a while, I went out, and hid in an abandoned building, and by then I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard though, so I guess I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first, I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran out to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when that moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone, but maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried about when I ran off, and he'd gone out in the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've ever cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide, and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't.
Really important lady. It's an ending?
Might be.
I don't know where else there is to go
I mean,
from here.
there's no escape, certainly.
We're just in here. Yeah.
We're left with information and perspective.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, information and perspective and left to die, essentially.
Yeah, with Phi, Luna, Dio, K.
Because for all we know, they haven't come back. Like,
I mean, yeah.
oh, I don't want to see any of this. It's fine. Okay.
It's alright. I can't skip it for what it's worth, so we're just kind of... We just have to let it run. But hey, we got an ending, and we also got a really beautiful, if very frustrating letter from Quark and Tenmyoji, considering that we don't know if they'll ever come back.
No.
We don't know if they can.
And considering, I mean, given that the game has just given us, roll credits, it doesn't even matter.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't even matter if they come back or not. Like...
I more mean it's frustrating because, like, yeah, it's... I do care about Tenmyoji, but I also know what he's willing to sacrifice.
Right.
For the person that... Or the people he cares about.
Right. Oops, sorry. Yeah, and... Now I'm wondering if the old woman that we find, if that's actually Akane, and that's why he, like, fucking shuts down for... Like,
and she's just dead?
And she's just dead? I don't know why. Like, why the fuck would she just be dead? Apparently Zero Senior is a dude. Like,
I'm shrugging.
Maybe?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, like...
At least,
oh my god.
It seems like Tenmyoji's final lines suggest that he saw the same thing we did, since he referred to Zero as a man.
Yes.
And that thing, that hologram referred to itself as Zero, so
yeah.
that would seem to suggest that he was referring to that person that we saw in the hologram.
Or he's saying that outside of the context of the Nonary game, he does know exactly who Zero is.
That's also possible.
That's also a possibility. Which, that's how I interpreted it in the moment when he said that.
Okay.
It was like...
It's just the first time we've ever had a pronoun associated with Zero. And it's after we met a Zero.
That's
But
true.
we also know that Zero and Tenmyoji made some sort of deal.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. They spoke beforehand. Tenmyoji end.
Tenmyoji end.
Wow.
There it is. We got a bunch of achievements there.
Woo! Holy shit. Do we want to overwrite that save? That's fine.
Yeah, it's
Oh, there is 7!
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's all...
7, 8. There are 9 endings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was asking that earlier. I'm like, are there 9 endings? And we weren't entirely sure. Yeah, there are.
A certain amount of sense.
Wow, well, we got our first ending.
Yeah. And now we're with this. We're back at the beginning with this. And, I mean, obviously there's a lot of options. We could try to betray and see what that does. We could definitely go over here and see what the lock that we previously solved reveals to us.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do.
I'm interested in doing that too, and following up on the other piece of information that we got. Mm-hmm. Or I guess the information that we got that unlocks that other lock that we had.
I agree.
So maybe we'll do that next time. But that was a lot. These past have been a few episodes have just been a whole lot, but like very enlightening.
They have.
Yeah.
It's been a whirlwind, but it's been like we're actually starting to put pieces together.
We're getting
slowly
close.
but surely. Yeah.
We're getting close. And it's not quite like in 999 where we had so many pieces, but I didn't know how to put them together. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm already starting to figure out how to put some of these pieces together, but like it's still very clear that we're missing a lot of information. Mm-hmm. But some of them are already like the puzzle is already building rather than like, okay, you have to assemble all the pieces first and then put the puzzle together. Mm-hmm. So, holy shit. Yeah, I'm very interested. I'm also interested to maybe just go back and betray Tenmyoji and be like,
just to see what happens.
And like see where that goes. Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure we'll necessarily get like more info there, but it would be interesting.
You know what would probably happen though? I think Clover will still get 11
Yeah, because
points.
we have no control over what Kay does. And Kay's not gonna betray Luna.
Yeah, and then out she goes, and then we're all locked in there, and then what do we do? Like, that's probably the outcome of that, and that's shitty, but...
Yeah. But it's interesting that this is the Tenmyoji end that we just got.
Yeah.
That's sort of the... Regardless of what happens in the betrayal route, this is the true Tenmyoji end in its own way.
Interesting. Yeah, and that's what it wanted us to get out of Tenmyoji. At least in this route, in this set of information we had. Oh, wow.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, that was good. All right, well, we'll decide next time which next route we're going to take.
That sounds like a plan.
Getting more pieces and putting them together.
All right, see you folks.
Bye.